broadcast live.
Welcome to the Unplug. I got my bro Manu WorldStar. I'm always confused. Like Manu, is it like Man United? Manu.
Listen.
Is it Manu or Manu?
It's Manu.
Manu.
It's Manu. But if you call me Manu, it's the same thing because me and Manchester United will be one in the same.
Okay,
So
sure.
I take it as a compliment.
Okay. Yeah, you one in the same.
Yes,
like,
sir.
Right there.
We just bought Sancho and we just bought Varane. We in the same wavelength. So if you're calling me Manu, that's a sign we're gonna win the league because I'm born to win.
Okay, you have a good luck, basically.
Yeah, basically, you know what I'm saying.
Yo, bro, firstly, thanks for coming through. Thanks for giving us this awesome show. I wanted to get into the music. I literally, some of the music, obviously, I haven't heard it. I haven't heard the music. And there's been this, you called me the other time, there's been this social media kind of, thing going on about like you mixing genres, right?
Yeah.
What sparked that?
I've always been that type of guy. Right. I started off in a choir when I was 11 singing. I've been rapping. I've been in the studio writing R&B records, writing country records. I used to write country music, man. And I've always been a collaborator.
To you and Little Nas.
I've always been a collaborator, you know, and I've always loved different sounds. I've always called myself a fusion artist.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It wasn't a big thing for me, but could have made it a big thing, bro.
Yeah. So for me, I don't understand why was it picked up now. You know, like is this you with Gemini now? And we were talking about like a short story earlier on. Why is it being raised now? Because what do people want from you? What do you think your fans want from you?
I don't know. I don't know whether they felt like I was trying to change a good thing going, or I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, to this day, I don't feel like I said anything wrong. You know, I think I'm an Afro fusion artist. And what I do is fusions, you know, whether it be the slightest or a lot, it's still a fusion, you know, and it is what it is, you know. Twitter's a negative space, man. So I don't really, they can talk, it's whatever, it's still a thing.
Yeah.
It's still gonna happen.
Yeah.
Whether you take it from me or see it somewhere else, it's still gonna be a thing because that's what happens when a genre is massive. And Amapiano is massive. So yeah, it is what it is, man.
I mean, you talked earlier on. You talked about like where you started singing. You started singing in church. I never knew that you're a child of a pastor.
Yeah, double. Both parents.
Both your parents? Plus, I never knew that you got a bro that's also like. So I only got this information yesterday about you. You know, it's like I was like, for real?
Yeah, my brother, he's doing his thing in the States. He's always wanted to sing in the States.
Yeah.
And he's always said it from like when he was 16 and I was like 12. He was always like, yo, Manu, I'm gonna end up in the States. I'm gonna be singing in a church in the States. And I was like, okay. You know, and his ambition is big and it's contagious.
Yeah.
You know, he just built his house there. Actually.
Yeah, real.
Yeah, just built a house in America.
Gee, that's
A
crazy.
young Congolese born South African citizen just built a whole house in North Carolina. It's like, that's crazy, you know? And he's doing his thing.
When did your brother leave though?
4 years ago.
But when did his career kick off? Like, as in like, because I mean, he was on the streaming platforms. He was like the guy for the gospel, You know, like because I never scrolled that far down. How you got Drake there sitting there for hits. You know.
I think like because he was doing his thing here too.
Yeah.
He sang at Rhema Church, and they were also charting here. You know, they were #1 in the South African gospel. And I remember, was it a conference? He was singing at a conference, and there were a bunch of American dudes here, and they heard him, and they were like, "Yo, we need to take you back to the States so that you can get some training, you know, get to learn." And he went there initially for a 1-year study, and he left and he never came back. 1 year became 2 years, became 3 years, became 4 years, became, yo, I'm building a house.
So what excites you about that you go, okay, I could probably ask or learn or get some training from my bro, you know? I mean, what excites you about that prospect that could spill over to your career?
Number one, that dreams do come true for real.
Yeah, and it was so close to you.
It's so close, like that's super close, you know? I'm trying to do the same thing too in a different space.
Yeah.
You know, and for the fact that he stuck to his guns, he trusted God. He said, this is what I'm gonna do and this is what's gonna happen. I admire that because I'm also the same. Whatever I say, I want it to happen, you know? So he inspires me. And yeah, and I can call him every time and he can give me advice. And one thing I know for sure is that when I'm in the States, I don't need to book accommodation, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to my brother's crib, you know?
Yeah. That's crazy. Like, well, I guess like your parents prayed harder for the church singer, and not the one that pulls out weed at the middle of the show, you know.
Let me tell you something, man. I've always been that free-spirited dude. Like, even growing up, I was a problem child at home, you know. So,
I was about to say you probably the one that worried your parents.
Yeah, I worried my parents, man. Shit, I did.
Yeah.
But you know, we came out of it, and one thing about my brother and my younger sister, you know, is that we all doing what my parents thought we couldn't do. You know, we all said we're gonna be creative. Both of the boys are, you know, singing. My sister's a chef.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and when we had said that, they were like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah.
What you mean? They know money in that.
Yeah.
And then now that all the kids are literally in a space that they say they would be in, it has nothing to do with the books that you made them read for fucking 15 years. Yeah.
That's incredible. So now that you've got this, I'd say it's almost like a light of mentorship from your own blood, right? And you've got this family of dream getters, you know. They go get their dream catchers, you know. You got this family of dream catchers. You literally just like left a label that is supposed to support you or is supposedly supposed to support you, right? And you've gone independent with this record, and you were pretty vocal about you being independent. What triggered you to decide to go independent, where one would think that the label could be your network to grow you further, particularly globally with the trend nowadays?
Yeah, a lot of factors. Number one, I felt like it was time to like be serious with myself and position myself as the artist that I feel like I deserve, I need to be. You know, and I felt like my stint with Sony it couldn't go further because I didn't feel like I was gonna grow out of that situation. You know? It was a South African deal, which means my music was only being marketed and sold in South Africa, and I feel like my sound is too global for just the South African market, you know. And that was my main reason going into it. You know, I experienced a lot with Sony. First album was under them, first platinum record, first gold record. I'm nominated for Best Afro Pop album in the summers this year, you know, so hopefully I win that. But yeah, I felt like I need something else. Yeah, I need something else. I need something bigger, you know. I need something that understands who I am and what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And that was just the main reasons why I felt like I needed to do that, and I felt like I needed to announce it so my fans can know that, okay, this time I understand what you're telling me, because a lot of my fans was on some, yo, why is the music not being pushed enough or whatever, you know? And I thought maybe I just need to switch strategies. And
yeah,
that's what it is.
I mean, we were debating when Choko came out, and me and Tabloid, we were just talking about, you know, we get like a lot of new songs, right? And like, so you like that artist, in my view, that's under pressure because you had Nalingi, you know, and you the rapper. So we want to see that really. So we also looking you with those eyes of, come on, is he gonna deliver? And when you drop Choko, I think it was one of the biggest songs in my head. You know what I mean, with regards to song making. How do you feel about the response that you got for that?
It's bittersweet. It's bittersweet because I feel like Choko is a way advanced song than Nalingi, 100%.
Yeah.
You know, and in my mind I played it right. Like, yo, okay, I just came off this run with Nalingi. I don't want to come out with another like love record. You know, I don't want to be known as that guy. I want to say something. And Choko, after we made Choko, we felt like that was like, yo, like this one is gonna take me there. Like, you know, after this one, no one is gonna deny me. We released it and it didn't do as well as we thought it would do. Although it is doing well, it's not a failing record.
Yeah, of course.
It's not a failing record. But we felt like, I don't know, like
You've tasted.
I know what a big record is.
Yeah. So you can always discern. Yeah.
And I don't know, like I started feeling like, damn, is Choko that good, or was I capping myself? Like,
Yeah.
You know? And then like the pressure is real. You know, and I don't know. It's just when I think about Choko, it's weird. It's less than a year old, so I know that some songs can catch later. So, but yeah, when I think about it, it's weird because I know it's super dope. Yeah. And I've been from hood to hood, Kasi to Kasi, and when that thing drops, everybody's singing it.
Yeah.
Like it's the same thing that Nalingi did as when I'm performing it is what Choko did. You know? So I'm still not trying. I'm trying to understand what did I miss. You know, is it a label push? Is it because the first record was more pushed by the people and I thought that it was the label? You know, so all these questions came into mind. And, you know, I just decided to let me try something else.
Yeah.
In terms of how I'm going to release my music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely when I look at what I wanted to just reaffirm you on, you know, is you are not wrong. Choko is a brilliant song. It's a brilliant song. And I think maybe we also sitting here comparing it with Nalingi with regards to success, but I think it's a brilliant song, and I'm glad to hear that it's approaching gold right now. So that means that it is reaching the people that it needs to reach, and it can organically grow. But it's one of those songs, in my view, where people go, yo, there's no great music, and you're like, yo, but do you hear that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So shout out for that, and I literally, not that like my validation counts, but I do believe,
it counts, man.
I do believe as artists we have to know that like we did the right thing, because that influenced the next great thing we did. And I'm telling you that so you don't get disheartened and go, let me not try. Let me not think of, you know, at the end when you literally do the bridge, you know, you know, things like that where, you know, the song was rapped.
Yeah.
You know, Choko, it was rapped. Then you still like go and you still hit you with the bridge at the end, you know. That's like being proactive.
Yeah.
You know, and that's wanting it to be perfect.
Yeah.
Because already as it was, you could have
just
And the bridge also is not like a compromise. It's you dig, and I don't want you to kind of lose that proactivity, because that is the greatness. It's that little step, that extra that we could let go, but let's just do it. That's where greatness is. Greatness is not in the big thing. It's in that little thing that you go, but I don't have to do it. You know, and I don't want you to lose that, because you got it, you know, in my view, you know. Then you kind of team up with Gemini, you know, and tell me what's the energy like with Gemini, and he's probably lost the files for the song already.
You know, Gem takes 3 years to send like, there's a song on the album called I Choose You on my debut album, Molimo. Gemini took a whole year to send me those vocals. Yeah, and apparently he's just that guy. Like, I don't know. Like when I'm in the studio and I'm like, yo, Jem, send me the steps. And whoever's in the studio with me is like, man, Jem ain't gonna send you the steps now. Ask him in a year. You know, so I don't know, Jem, stop playing with steps, man.
Yeah, I hear a lot about Jim. I hear Jim is like, but you see, I think Jim is an operator though.
He's an operator, full force. That's why me and him fuck with each other like that.
He's an operator.
He's an operator.
He just needs like a
Yeah.
PA who literally
Yeah.
saves everything
Yeah.
and files everything for him.
Yeah.
But he's an operator.
He's an
you know,
operator,
he's
full force.
You know,
Full force.
it's almost like, you know, you've got footsteps moving in a direction and then you got footsteps moving in a destination.
Yeah.
His footsteps moving in a direction.
Yeah.
You know, he'll see the
Yeah.
destination later.
Yeah, later. Yo, Gemini is a genius. Like, and we've grown super close within like the past 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, I'm at his house almost all the time, making music and stuff. We have a whole project that we're working on that we're gonna release together.
Oh, really?
And he's just future focused. Like his sound is next level. He's also in a space where he's trying to take over the world too.
Yeah.
You know, and the moves that you're gonna see from him, it's next level right now. Like he's gearing up. I know he's gonna drop a project at the end of the month called Island Water. You know, he's got an album coming out. We have a joint project, and why I like him is that because he's real. He will tell you if it's whack or if it's dope.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I need right now. I need someone to, you know, let me know what it is. And he's that guy.
Yeah.
You know, I respect him. Yeah.
Yeah. So was this the song that the short story, is that like is that a build up to this project that you guys are doing?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a build up without us
Saying
it. Yeah, basically. This song was actually not meant to drop. I wasn't meant to drop this because I have 3 other records that are crazy that I'm about to release. And I was meant to drop them first, but when we were in the studio, that same day we made the song, I had to call Benza. I was like, yo, Benza. And he called Colin. He's like, yo, we got to drop this thing right now.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we did. In the same month that we recorded it, we mixed it, we got everything together, we shot the video, and we just dropped it so that people know that, yeah, something's coming.
Yeah. And then tell me about the and I maybe need to cut this because you're gonna need to give me the name of the song. There's the 2 songs that you performed in between.
Yeah. I mean, Life I Got and Short Story, right? The Life I Got is it's a song me and Tronipo did. Tronipo is a new guy. I mean, he's been in the scene, behind the scenes. He's been playing for people, you know. So if you know Tronipo, you know Tronipo. Like he's that guy, like musically inclined, next level, you know. And we have this song called Life I Got that's about to drop. We just performed it, you know. It's gonna drop August 13th, and we believe that song is gonna be wild because we managed to. Okay, no, let me not use these. We managed to blend what. They're gonna kill me.
Yeah,
Twitter's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
But we managed to have a nice balance of both of our styles
Yeah.
on one record.
What style does he do? Obviously, because
It's piano. It's
okay.
piano straight.
Yeah.
You know, and he made the beat. He came to my house. The first time I ever met him.
Yeah.
He pulled up to my house. We went upstairs to the studio, and he played me the beats, and I just freestyled. I didn't write nothing, you know. And what I wrote, I thought was whack, until he touched it up a little bit, and I heard it, and I was like, "Fuck, that shit is crazy,"
Yeah.
you know. And it's called Life I Got, which is basically about what we're going through right now, you know. Since I was a young boy, I always hope I find a new life. The West I got. Champion in the ring, I fought. I sacrificed for the life I got. Life I got. Life I got. You know, I feel like that's what we all living, especially as an artist. We sacrifice a lot. You know?
Yeah.
Especially in these last year and a half.
Yeah.
Sacrifice a lot to be doing what we're still doing now.
How's this pandemic impacted you in your life?
It has impacted me. It's forced me to learn new skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing stuff that I didn't know that I was gonna need to do. You know, I'm doing pitches out here. I'm like, you know, I'm becoming a young CEO, and COVID actually was a big factor in my decision to end my term with the label. And yeah, it just forced me to become a man quicker, you know. And it also let me know that life doesn't stop no matter what. Like, nobody cares, man. That's life. That's like life. Nobody cares. You gotta do what you gotta do, or else you sing. You know, and that's what I learned. And I also learned that the government doesn't have our back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunch of lessons there.
Yeah, a whole bunch of lessons. So yeah, man.
So now that like you've learned that, one of the things that I respect you for, and I think it's also like what I wanted to kind of put as a learning opportunity, you know, is your publishing mind, you know. Just tell me, just like how soon did you learn about publishing?
I learned about publishing pretty early because I always knew that I had a talent to write, and I didn't just want to write for myself. I wanted to write for other artists, right? But I didn't know back then when we started like a couple years ago, when I started actually writing for other artists. I didn't know, I couldn't find a way to make money by doing that because nobody wanted to pay me for a session fee.
Yeah.
Like my credentials was low and everything. Nobody's gonna pay me, you know. So one of my boys was like, "Yo, you should look into publishing and stuff, and maybe if you write a couple songs, you know, in a year and a bit, all those songs you're gonna get paid through publishing. So it's actually not for free what you're doing. It might seem like it's for free at that moment, but you know, it compounds. Like the more records you have out, plus the more records that you write are out at the same time, and everybody is pushing all these records with the camps and everything, and you wrote the record, maybe you wrote the hook in this song, you getting 20% of that songwriting split. You came up with the melody in this song, you get 5% of it, or you wrote the full song and you get 80% of the splits and everything. And yeah, that's what I learned, and I learned that publishing is actually the most important part besides the record sales, because that's everyone's rights. You know, if your song gets played on, okay, my song was played on at the World Cup. It was DJ PH featuring Rouge and myself. I gave that song to DJ PH. That was actually meant to be my second single after I gave him that song. And it ended up being played at the AFCON, not the World Cup, at the AFCON, Africa Cup of Nations, the recent one. It was a campaign song, right? And I got paid a lot of money via publishing. You know, and at that time I had written a few records that did okay on radio. And you know, all these things I started living off of this, you know, and that's how I started learning about publishing, you know, and that was before I signed my deal with Sony and Fifth Season and everything. I had already known that publishing is where it's at, and these guys want your publishing. You know? So yeah, and I had signed my deal with Sony, and then I dropped Nalingi, big record. The money started coming in, and then I started seeing that, oh snap, the label gets the money first. Yo, you gotta get your money first, man. Like, that's the biggest lesson that I had to realize. You know, I got my money, I got a lot of it, but if I had gotten it first, I could have had more. You know, I'm not complaining, it is what it is. But I learned from it.
In what aspect is that? You're saying for your publishing money or your
record sales?
Your record sales, of course.
And that's why I'll never sign a licensing deal again.
Yeah,
it sounds sweet, you know, because you doing everything, they take it, they do what they gotta do. But when the money comes in, they taking a lot. Yeah. So I learned from that. I got that in order. You know, thank you Sony for everything you've done. But it's time for me to spread my wings. You know, And
Don't be too hard on Sony. They still need to clear these other songs.
which other man? Which ones?
Nalingi.
Okay, yeah, Nalingi, yeah, it's with them. It's with them.
Yeah, so they gotta clear Nalingi and they gotta
Yeah.
clear.
Nah, it's cool. It's
just
cool.
Nalingi and
It's Nalingi and Choko.
Yeah. So
But-
stop being hard.
Nah, I'm not being hard on no Sony, man. I love Sony. It's just, you know,
just
bird
clear
gotta
the
spread
songs.
their wings, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, bro, thank you for coming through, man. I appreciate you, you know, all the time. Just seeing your eyes, man, and that's why I had to say you are one of the you one of the guys that's sending me a demo today on Slikour Live. You are one of those guys, you know what I mean?
I remember that day.
And look at yourself, you know what I mean? It's resilience, it's just drive, man, and it's great to see the success.
Thank you,
Peace.
man. Thank you very much, Sir Slick. I appreciate it.
Manu WorldStar. There's WorldStar for a reason.
Taking over, baby.
Broadcast live